I want to share with you my theory on why men tend to run game on women and why women allow them to do that. You ever wonder why men are always running game on women? Not all men, so relax. Why you always find yourself in a situation where you've been taken advantage of, or there's been some level of coercion or manipulation that leaves you feeling used and abused? Well, I've had my own personal experiences with that in the past, and I have a number of clients who come to me feeling sad and sorry for themselves because they've been victimized, because they've been taken advantage of, and because some man has run game on them yet again. But I have an answer to that age-old question of why men run game on women. You ready? You ready? It's because you let them. No one is able to do anything to you that you are not in some ways calling into your life or opening the door to allow. So there is something that I've noticed in the way that men and women operate. We're all operating from a certain level of selfishness, but men take the direct approach. Women, on the other hand, we take the secret backdoor angle. You're looking for a certain result, but you don't always have the confidence or the boldness to ask for that up front. A couple reasons for that has to do with what's happened in your past, has to do with that childhood trauma. There it goes again. If you were not a child who was allowed to be expressive, who was allowed to ask for what they wanted and who received that, you began to believe that you were not valuable enough or worthy enough to get what you want. And so the people who love you taught you that you did not have the right to overtly and assertively ask for things, which means you had to figure out secret ways to get what you want. And even when those folks weren't being nice to you or weren't being kind to you, you still had to operate with them in order to have your needs and your wants satisfied. And this is what you're doing in your relationships with men who are running game. You want to say to him, I'm looking for a long-term relationship. But when he says to you, I'm only looking to have fun, you stay quiet and you keep silent, even though you know that that's not what you want. Why do you do that? Why don't you simply say, this isn't where I want to go, it was great meeting you, but I'm going to make sure that I leave room for the type of man to come in that I actually want. And the reason why you don't do that is because while he's running game on you, you are also running game on him. You're simply doing it in an unconscious, passive way. So let me explain. You meet a man, he says, I'm not looking for long term, I'm not looking for a relationship, I only want something short term. You know that you're looking to be married. You're looking to be a wife. You're looking to be somebody's mama in the near future. But you don't say anything because you convince yourself that you can change him. You convince yourself that you're gonna be better than all the other women he's ever had in his life, and you're going to make him show up differently. So you emotionally manipulate him throughout the course of the relationship dynamic in an effort to get him to give you what you want because you don't believe that you're actually worthy of having it, so you won't ever give it to yourself. And you find yourself in this cycle of relationships with men who are manipulative, with men who are coercive, and with men who never are upfront with you and who actually never give you the things that you're asking yourself for because you haven't given yourself permission to receive those things. This is important for you to understand so that you can reclaim your power in the relationship dynamic, so that you can stop looking and searching and coercing and manipulating men into giving you a result and a feeling that it's actually your job to give yourself. And I can already hear y'all. I don't let a man do anything. Some men are just no good, some men this, some men that. It's not me, it's all them. But there has to be a point where you take some personal accountability in the role that you've been playing and in the men that you have been choosing. If you find that you have a pattern of experiences with men who have run game, who have lied, who have cheated, who have manipulated you, there just may be some aspects of lying, cheating, manipulative energy swirling around you. And the key to this is not to blame yourself or not to point out that you're wrong or right or that there's good or bad, but simply to recognize that you're attracting energy that is aligned with the energy that you are giving out and showing up in. So here's how you change this. You start giving yourself permission to have the things that you want. That emotional experience, that sense of joy, that sense of satisfaction, that feeling of worth can only grow if you create a foundation of worthiness for yourself. And for most of you, that means to stop dating altogether. Because it's not about men, it's not about the relationship, it's about fortifying your own sense of self. And you just may need to take a dating break so that you can repair this so that you no longer attract these type of men. So that instead of manipulators, instead of coercers, instead of narcissists, you start to bring in healthy, emotionally mature men who hold you accountable to yourself for giving yourself the things that you want and need so that he can be a complement to that. So the moral of this story is that men run game on you because you're running game on them. It's simply being done in different ways. But I can't wait to hear y'all yelling and getting at me and telling me that this is not what happens in your life in the comments. So say it loud and proud, let me know, ask any questions, share your experiences, and I would love for us to continue that conversation there. As always, stay sacred, and I'll see you on the next episode.